All right, good day. My name is Mike, and I am here with Empire Trucking School located in the city of Ontario. Today, we're going to be doing our CDL Class A air brakes and in-cab inspection in a 10-speed manual truck. So starting off, when you're at DMV, first thing we want to do is once you get inside, you're going to go ahead and introduce yourself. So once again, good day. My name is Mike, and I am here to do my air brakes and in-cab inspection. Starting off, I have my seatbelt. So my seatbelt, it is properly secured and bolted on both ends. It is not worn, torn, or frayed. My seatbelt clicks and unclicks freely. I'll be leaving it on for the remainder of my test. Now for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and wrap around. Please do not do that. Next thing we'll do is I'm going to explain my gauges. I have my top primary gauge, my bottom secondary gauge. All of my readings are going to be based off my top primary gauge only. My increments go by 15, starting with 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, and 150. Continuing, I now have to perform a safe start. In order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and place my key, turn my ignition to the on position. My ABS light has come on. I'm going to wait for my dash to clear. Okay, my ABS light is now off. My dash is clear. Make sure my vehicle is in neutral. Both of my brakes are out. If your primary gauge is above 100, please be sure to fan your brakes and drop it under 100 or under 90. Fan your brakes. Once it drops under 90, we're going to do our safe start. Go ahead and press your clutch all the way in. Once again, neutral. Now that my vehicle's on, I have to build maximum air pressure. My governor cutoff happens between 120 to 140. Or you may say my cutoff is no more than 140 and no less than 120. In order to do that, I am going to assist my vehicle. We're going to press on the gas. You're going to hold the accelerator anywhere between 10 to 15 or between 1,000 to 1,500 RPM. Now, when you are at the DMV, remember your cutoff is going to happen above 120. You're going to have vehicles to the left, to the right, and in front who may also be doing their air brakes. It is important that when you are doing your governor cutoff or building your maximum pressure, you are focused on your primary gauge and you are listening to your vehicle. A cutoff might happen to either side. That could lead to confusion. So in my case, my needle's around 120. I'm listening for my cutoff. There it is. All right. So my needle has settled at 125. This was a good test because my cutoff is between 120 and 140 PSI. My first test is known as my applied air leakage test. For this test, I cannot lose more than 4 PSI in 1 minute in a tractor-trailer combination vehicle. In order to do that test, I'm going to go ahead and place my vehicle into low gear or first gear. Once I've done so, I'm going to go ahead and turn my truck off, release my clutch, and turn my electricals on. In order to do my air leakage test, once again, my vehicle is secured, low gear. I am going to push and release my tractor and trailer brake, followed by my service brake. To do that, it will be a 1, 2, 3 count. I will do that now. 1, 2. Press and hold your service brake as deep as it goes. Do not move or wiggle your foot. This is a critical part. We're then going to grab our stopwatch, start it at 0. So once again, for my air leakage test, I cannot lose more than 4 PSI in 1 minute in a tractor-trailer combination vehicle. My needle has settled at 105 PSI. Please be sure your needle does not move. So my needle's at 105 PSI. I will begin my minute now. I'm going to give you readings every 30 seconds until completion. For the sake of time, we're going to pretend it's been 30 seconds. 30 seconds have gone by. My needle is still at 105. Then we'll say that a minute's gone by. 1 minute has gone by. My needle is still at 105. I have lost 0 PSI. This was a good test because I did not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute in a tractor trailer combination vehicle. Now I can release the brake. Okay, if you did lose 1 or 2, just be sure to let them know I've lost 1 or 2 psi, as long as it's not more. That was a good test. So my next test is known as my low air warning light and buzzer test. For this test, my light and buzzer should come on no less than 55 psi. In order to do that, I'm going to fan my brakes. When you fan your brakes, give me a reading where your needle was when the buzzer came on, not where the needle finished. I will do a 1-2 count, and starting now. All right, my low air warning light and buzzer came on at 65 psi. This was a good test because it came on no lower than 55. My next test is known as my spring pop out test. In order to do that, I must fan my brakes until my springs pop out. My spring pop out happens between 20 to 45 psi. I will fan my brakes now. Keep an eye on your springs. Make sure they both pop out. There we go. Both of my springs have successfully popped out at 33 psi. This was a good test because they pop out between 20 to 45 psi. Next, I'm going to have to perform a safe start for the second time to build max pressure again so that I can do my tug test. My tug test will be for my tractor brake, trailer brake, and service brake. In order to do that safe start, I'm going to make sure my vehicle's in neutral, my brakes are out, clutch in, and turn my vehicle on. All right. Once again, my cutoff should happen between 120 to 140 psi. I'm going to assist my vehicle. I'm going to hold the accelerator between 1,000 to 1,500 RPM. And I'll go ahead and meet you once I've reached cutoff. All right, so my cutoff is about to happen. My needle's around 120. Listening for that governor cutoff. There it is. Take my foot off the gas. So my needle has settled at 125 psi. This was a good test because my cutoff is no more than 140 and no less than 120. Or it's in between 120 and 140. Now, so my first test, or my next test, is known as my tug test. I'm going to be testing my tractor brake first. In order to test my tractor brake, I am going to release my trailer brake, put my vehicle into low gear, pressing in on the clutch. Low gear is also going to be our first. For this, I am going to grab the wheel and gently release the clutch until I feel a tug. Nice and slow. There's the tug and back. I'm going to go ahead and pull my brake out, leaving my foot on the clutch or put it in neutral. This was a good test because my tractor brake held. Next, I'm going to test my trailer brake. In order to do that, I will release my tractor brake, put my vehicle into low gear, clutch in, and I'm going to give it a light tug. Release the clutch slowly. There it is. Neutral, brakes. This was a good test because my trailer brake held. Now I'm going to be testing my service brake. In order to do that, I'm going to release both my tractor and trailer brake. I'm going to place my vehicle into low gear, and I'm going to step on the brake because you will roll. So here, to test my service brake, I'm going to move forward no more than 5 miles an hour. When I step on the brake, my vehicle should not move to the left or the right. I'm going to go ahead and keep my palms open, gently holding the steering wheel. I'm going to take my foot off the brake and gently release the clutch. As you start to roll, clutch in, brake. Put your vehicle in neutral, brakes out. All right, this was a good test because my service brake held and my vehicle did not move to the left or the right, indicating that everything is in good working condition. This concludes the air brakes portion of my test.